talking sports. It's in the game.
There's no doubt about it now. This guy has to be in the All-Madden team.
Today, from NRG Stadium in
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Hurts. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 51 yards. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. He'll buy some time right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Stroud sets up the play action. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Stroud off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 36 yards. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
63 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Well, he's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles, because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone out of the way. He's got to make sure he creates enough space for himself by getting people into the wrong spot on defense, moving them with his body, and then showing his numbers to the quarterback to be open.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's down at the 17-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Now a 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Flush to his right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Play action. Here's Stroud. And Diggs has it. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here to start quarter number three. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Play action. Stroud now. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Looking to throw. Fighting through pressure. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now, after coughing up the football, serious concerns on that sideline. Their defense surrenders the tying touchdown to start the third quarter, and now the offense follows that up by committing the turnover.
And I think you're sensing the exact same thing that I'm sensing, that the energy, much different here in the second half. We talk about it a lot, but you can feel it kind of rippling through the stadium, and it's affecting the players.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Throwing now is Stroud. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll roll him out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And Stroud now to throw. Here's a diving catch right side.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs from 3 yards out.
And the Texans have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, for that...